Hello, and welcome to Peacock Ridge Farm. I'm Renee Fry, and I am so glad that you're here. I love all things French country and cottage style. I love entertaining my friends and family with beautiful tablescapes and easy and delicious recipes. I love a good room remodel and DIY project. I hope that you will join me here at Peacock Ridge Farm, Elegant Country Living. I'm so glad that you're here. Come on in. Welcome to the newest episode of Elegant Country Living at Peacock Ridge Farm, where we bring you the best comfort food recipes that will leave you feeling warm and satisfied. We believe that food should not only be delicious, but also revitalizing for the soul. And that's why we're excited to share with you our collection of hearty and wholesome recipes that will make you feel right at home. Our featured dishes for today include a creamy baked potato soup that's perfect for chilly evenings, and a classic clam chowder that's bursting with rich flavors and buttery goodness. For those who crave something zesty and tangy, our lemon chicken recipe is a must try. And for a delicious breakfast treat, we've got our baked blueberry pancakes that are fluffy, sweet, and simply irresistible. And last but not least, our stuffed mushroom recipe is a crowd favorite. Juicy, savory, and packed with goodness. Each of these comforting and heartwarming recipes is made with fresh ingredients and cooked with love to bring out the best flavors and textures. So whether you're hosting a cozy dinner party or simply looking for some inspiration for your next meal, join us on Elegant Country Living for the best comfort food recipes that will nourish your body and soul. As the temperatures cool, I love nothing more than a big pot of homemade soup. And today I am sharing with you one of my favorite recipes ever. It is a baked potato soup. However, I am making it gluten-free and dairy-free with some amazing twists that are so good that you are really going to love this recipe. What you're going to need is some non-dairy butter, some onion and garlic chicken stock. I have non-dairy cream cheese, some cooked and crumbled bacon, some non-dairy cheddar cheese, some sweet potato. I like to use a golden sweet potato because it looks just like a Yukon Gold. I also have salt and pepper, some gluten-free flour, and some non-dairy milk. Let's get started. You are really going to love this. I'm absolutely giddy. The first thing that I need to do is to peel and dice my sweet potato. Now that I have my potatoes peeled and diced, I'm just going to add them to my stock pot. Next, I'm just going to add my flour directly to the potatoes. The reason why I add the flour to the potatoes now is I will stir them up. The potatoes will be nice and coated, but I will not get any lumps in my soup. Next, I'm adding my 2 cups of milk. And I'm going to give it a quick stir just to make sure that I get that flour well incorporated. Now I'm going to go ahead and add 3 cups of chicken stock. When I'm at the lake, I try to keep my recipe super simple. I add in my garlic powder and my dried minced onion. And I'm just going to bring that to a boil. And now I'm just going to chop up some fresh chives. I love using chives not only for the flavor, but it adds such a pretty detail. Now that the potatoes are starting to get tender, I am going to turn the burner down to low, and I'm going to add in my last ingredients. I'm going to add in my non-dairy cream cheese, my bacon, my cheddar cheese, butter, and salt and pepper. I'm going to give it a good stir and then just let it simmer on the stove for a bit. And that's it. Doesn't this look delightful? And it smells delicious. I can hardly wait to sit down and have a bowl. Today I am making the best sweet potato clam chowder ever. I know that sweet potatoes aren't the normal that you put in a clam chowder, but trust me, this is so good and it is my favorite. When the weather starts getting cooler, I immediately start thinking about homemade soups, and this is one of my favorites. So, for this soup, you will need some chicken stock, garlic, onion, some coconut cream. I'm non-dairy, so if you like dairy, go ahead and use whole cream. I have clams, salt and pepper, some butter, sweet potatoes, some carrots, and some celery. Let's get started. I'm going to start by peeling and dicing my sweet potatoes. As you can tell, my sweet potatoes are white, and I love this for a couple of reasons. One is my husband and my kids believe that it's regular potatoes if it looks white, and two, I think it just looks prettier than the orange potato. But they are so good, they still have the sweetness of a sweet potato. I dice my sweet potatoes pretty small because I don't want them to be the main feature of the chowder. And now I'll just dice my celery. Again, I'm going to do it in pretty small pieces. I start my soup with some butter and some olive oil in my pan. And then I add my onions. You can use fresh onions if you'd like. I'm going the easy route today. And now I'm going to add my celery and some salt and pepper. And I'm just going to let this cook down just a little bit till the celery is soft. And now I'm just going to put in some arrowroot powder and give it a good stir. I'm using arrowroot powder for my thickening agent. It is gluten-free. And now I'm adding my chicken stock. I'm going to add my sweet potatoes and my carrots and let this cook for a bit. And now I'm adding my clams. I did reserve the juice of one of my cans of clam because I want the clam to really shine through in this recipe. And now I'm putting my coconut cream in. This is not sweetened. This just gives it that nice creamy taste. And I add my bacon. I'm going to cover my pot and turn down my temperature to low. I'm going to let this cook for about 40 minutes. And that's it. This chowder is so good. The sweet potatoes just give it just a wonderful twist on the traditional, and you are going to love it. Serve it with a beautiful fresh baked roll. I wrapped mine in a bit of craft paper with some twine and stuck in a sage leaf just to give it a little bit more character. It smells so good. I can hardly wait to sit down and eat it. Who doesn't love a delicious chicken dinner? This easy, dairy-free, and gluten-free lemon chicken is truly the ultimate comfort food. For this recipe, you will need 1.5 pounds of chicken tenders, 1/4 cup flour. I use Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free flour. It's delicious. 1 tablespoon of seasoning salt. I use Badia Complete Seasoning. 2 eggs beaten, 4 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 lemons juiced, salt and pepper to taste, 2 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and 2 tablespoons of butter. I started with 2 shallow mixing dishes, one with my beaten eggs, and in the other I put my flour and my seasonings. And mixed until well incorporated. In a large frying pan, I added my olive oil on medium heat. Once hot, I placed my chicken tenders first in the flour, then in the egg wash, and once again in the flour. I placed the covered chicken tenders into the frying pan. You may have to do multiple batches. Make sure to reserve any leftover flour mixture, as this will be used to thicken the sauce. After the chicken is browned on each side, remove from the pan and put them in a 9x13 baking dish. In the same frying pan, add any leftover flour, the chicken broth, butter, lemon juice, and salt and pepper, and cook until it is thickened. Next, pour your delicious lemony butter sauce over the chicken tenders. Bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. And that's it. Not only is this lemon chicken incredibly easy to make, but each bite is packed with flavor. You are going to love it. Whether you're a breakfast lover or just have a sweet tooth, everyone can agree that pancakes are both comforting and delicious. This recipe is so easy to make, and it's also dairy and gluten-free. Let me show you what to do. For this recipe, you will need 2 cups of blueberries. You can use fresh or frozen. 2 eggs, 2 cups Bob's Red Mill gluten-free pancake mix, 1 tablespoon vanilla, I make my own, 1/4 cup of applesauce, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 cup non-dairy milk of your choice, butter or dairy-free butter to top your pancakes, and add maple syrup. First, add your pancake mix to a large mixing bowl, followed by your cinnamon, applesauce, vanilla, milk, and eggs. Then mix until well incorporated. Next, add the blueberries and fold into the batter. Pour your batter into an oven-safe frying pan. These baked blueberry pancakes consist of the same ingredients as traditional pancakes, but it's my secret additions of cinnamon and fresh blueberries that make these breakfast goodies so special. And sprinkle with sugar. This will form a delicious crust on top. Then bake at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Serve warm with a pat of butter and that maple syrup. I hope you enjoy these soft and fluffy berry-filled pancakes that are sure to become a family favorite and leave everyone coming back for more. I am going to share with you one of my very favorite appetizer recipes. It's stuffed mushrooms. The recipe is so simple and delicious. It's perfect whether you're entertaining your friends and family or if it's just for a casual night at home. Come on, I'll show you. I am going to make a gluten-free, dairy-free version of this recipe, but I'm also going to show you how you can make it if you are not gluten-free and dairy-free. So I have white mushrooms, I have sausage, I'm using coconut milk. What I love about this brand is the cream of the coconut milk is separated from the other liquid. I'm going to use only the cream for this recipe. And I'm going to use pork rinds today. If you are not gluten-free, you can use either panko or breadcrumbs. Again, I'm going to use pork rinds. I'm going to preheat my oven at 375 degrees. The next thing that I'm going to do is just simply break off the stems, set them aside, and I'm going to lay my mushroom caps facing down. I'm going to bake these mushroom caps for about 15 minutes. And all this is going to do is remove some of the water that is naturally in the mushrooms so that the mushrooms are a little more meatier and not so heavy with the liquid. Now that I have all of my stems off, I'm just going to pop the caps into the oven for about 10 minutes. While the mushroom caps are in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and chop up the stems. You want to chop the stems up quite finely as they are going to be part of the stuffing. And now I'm just going to crumble some of the pork rind. I'm going to use my food processor. If you don't have one, go ahead, put your pork rinds in a Ziploc baggie and use a rolling pin to crumble them. It works just as well. And now I'll just add these crumbs to my bowl as well. And now I'm going to add my coconut cream. It's nice and thick. If you're not doing dairy-free, feel free to use cream cheese. And now I'm just adding my sausage and a bit of salt and pepper. I'm pulling out my mushroom caps. I don't want them to overcook. And now I just mix it all together with my noodles. Now I'm just going to turn my caps over and fill them with the filling. If you are not doing the dairy-free, it tastes wonderful by adding just a little bit of Parmesan cheese to this recipe as well. And now just fill all of the caps full of the stuffing. After I fill the mushrooms with the sausage stuffing, I put them in the oven and I bake them at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. And that's it. These stuffed mushrooms are so easy and so delicious, and they are the perfect appetizer. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I always enjoy our time together. Please be sure to follow me on my blog at peacockridgefarm.com, on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. But especially follow me right here on YouTube. Make sure you push that subscribe button and ring that bell so that you don't miss a thing. Blessings to you.